Double-digit thousands.
Hey Wildcats, happy day of good. I hope you are having such an amazing day and it's going great so far. We've got an amazing episode for you guys today. It's a little bit longer, but it is jam-packed with amazing stuff about things that are going in now, but also things that connect to the history of Westlane. But starting us off, we have the perfect segment, Pause in the Hall. Enjoy.
Girl, what you trying to do? 'Cause I don't got a clue.
Here was Miss Monroe. What was your school year highlight?
I think my highlight of this school year was definitely the spring when all the kids came back, and that was a blast to see my kids that were kind of stolen from me last spring as 7th graders and to meet my 6th graders in person.
I agree.
I was stolen.
They were.
Hey, I'm Angel. I'm here with the 6th grader Manuel. What surprised you most about Westline?
Like how fast you have to start going towards classrooms and stuff.
Yeah, that did surprise you. Okay.
Hi, I'm Caleb, and I'm here with Caleb. And who is somebody that influenced you most?
Probably you.
Oh, okay. Thanks.
Wow, that was...
Hi, I'm Caleb, and I'm here with Kenneth. So, who influenced you most at Westlane?
A teacher, well, I'm going to say a teacher. A teacher that's influenced me the most at Wesleyan was Miss Sheridan in 6th grade. She was a really nice teacher to me.
Okay, cool.
Maya.
Okay. Hey, I'm Maya. I'm Angel. Who were your best friends during middle school?
My best friends were Sanai and Tiana.
All right. Chase, what was your least favorite part of middle school?
NWA, because it's so boring. Like, who wants to do all that testing?
What was your score?
I forgot.
Understand.
Yeah.
All right.
Hi, I'm here with Fire Extinguisher. How do you feel about fires? Oh shoot, cut that out.
Hey, I'm Angel. I'm here with Darren. What was your favorite class this year?
My favorite class was social studies
All right. What?
because I like history.
Because I'm here with Achilles. What are you going to miss most about Westline?
I'm going to miss most the teachers, the students, and just how much of a community and a nice community it is around here.
That's nice.
Hey, so we have a super special segment coming up next. We searched around and found some old yearbooks from a bunch of different years, ever since 1957, the first year Westlane was a school, all the way up to now. We had a few different key teachers that were students here, had worked here for a while, and giving some thoughts, jog some memories, taking a walk down memory lane. I'll get started off with 1957, the very first year that Westlane was a school. Ooh, okay, 1957. Ooh. Okay, this isn't like he's ending the first page, and this is bonkers. Guys, this is Westlane Middle School when it started. This is the old 8th grade wing, this is the old 7th grade wing, and this is the old 6th grade wing. This was the one that's like just getting torn down. So these got torn down in the summer. Only the North Gym is here. The South Gym isn't even here. Oh my gosh. And all around here now, there are just houses and apartments, and now back in 1957, there's almost nothing. Wow. Times have sure changed. Let me see what else. Okay. Yeah, things are definitely different. People definitely had like different haircuts, wore different kind of clothes. Yeah. Still Westlane, very much so. It's really cool. Okay. What I wanted to point out is that every single teacher and every single student in 1957 is white. Every single one, which is sad. And I know it's before integration, before Brown v. Board of Education, which you guys should talk to your history teachers about. But basically at the time, schools were segregated. And so I guess Westlane started out as a all-white school. I am so glad that our schools are not like this anymore. Yeah, a lot of different, just like, I have no idea. Girls tumbling club, what are they doing? There's a harmonicats. I guess they're all playing harmonica. Well, this has been a trip through 1957 of the first year that Westlane was a school. I hope you guys enjoyed the rest of these yearbook reviews.
Hello, I am Mrs. Baxa from the Media Center, and I went to Westlane a few years ago, let's say in the 70s. This is my yearbook, and I was actually on the yearbook staff that year, and for some reason our yearbook was orange. I don't remember deciding that, but somebody thought it should be orange that year. So I was in 8th grade in this yearbook, and here's my little face. When I went to Westlane, clothing was very interesting. We wore bell-bottoms, we had tops that were wild colors, and we had a lot of fun with our wardrobe. When I was at Westlane, we had lots of wonderful choirs, just like we do now, and that was one of the activities that I participated in addition to the yearbook staff. Fast forward to when I became a staff member at Westlane, there were still 3 teachers here that I had as a student, which I thought was pretty cool. And they remembered me, and the one that really impacted me the most was my 7th grade English teacher, whose name was Miss Kripe. And she was the yearbook staff director. So I had a lot of fun as a student. One of my closest friends is from Westlane, and she became my first roommate in college. Yeah, I had a lot of fun and good memories, and still am in touch with a lot of people from Westlane. Thank you.
It's okay. Okay, anyways, we're going to get started with the yearbooks from the 70s.
Yeah, so back then, it was not Westlane Middle School. It was WJHS.
It was like a junior high school.
Yeah,
So-
and so it wasn't 6th, 7th, and 8th like it is now. It's 7th, 8th, and 9th.
Yeah.
So we're starting it off with 1972, where one of the interesting facts we found out is that if you look right here, the track was not
The
asphalt.
the rubber.
Yeah, it's not
stuff.
like the rubber stuff that it is.
It's like
it's
grass
grass.
or dirt or.
Yeah.
Okay, now we got 75, and as you can tell, they had a trampoline. I don't even know why, but I'm jealous.
For their gym class. A trampoline for their gym class.
Oh, okay. Is that what it's for, you think?
Yeah, probably.
Nice. And then we got bowling. Don't know what that is. Caleb, explain
The
what you're
bowling
thinking.
league. Okay, here's what I am thinking. The smarter one of this group.
Oh.
They had more money back then. So they spent it on things they didn't really care about. Because also, as we'll get into later, they had a golf team and a chess league.
1976.
Basketball.
How's their basketball?
They were
record?
actually pretty good. There were 2 overtime games that they both won. They won both of them. Okay.
Oh.
And then,
They
they
won-
looked pretty tall.
Wait, they won both of them with threes.
Yeah.
Interesting.
That's creepy. Okay. 1979.
Oh yeah, 1979. We got the band, but they're wearing suits, and I don't know why.
Now we just get
T-shirts.
shirts.
Yeah. Like,
Snow is kind of fun, I guess. I have no idea what this dude is doing right here. He wrapped himself in some foil or something.
that was the 70s,
That's kind of crazy.
and the boys are gone.
Yep. The boys are gone again.
Hey, I'm Mrs. Themes, and I can walk down memory lane. I've been at Westlane since 1984, and the first yearbook for that. Look at this nice leather backing, and the kids, when you were on the yearbook staff in 1984, had to take their pictures with a camera and then develop every picture, and there'd be hundreds of pictures out on a table, and then they'd have to pick the 5 or 6 they want on their page, and then they would cut them and paste them right into a page, and so they actually had a mock-up of the yearbook. I was not the sponsor, Miss Vernal Kripe, was for lots and lots of years. And she took a lot of pride in her yearbooks, and that was a very prestigious, a very popular class to be in. And so if you look at one of my first pictures, there's one with me even curlier hair, and notice that it is all in black and white. So this was one of the first yearbooks. Now, fast forward lots of years, and my 3 kids went to Westlane. And when they were at Westlane, became the sponsor of the yearbook, and things changed. Look at how different the yearbook looks. It's kind of shiny. The pictures, a lot of the pictures are in color, or at least there's color involved in the yearbook in this one. And they always had the superlatives, so the 8th graders would nominate somebody who would be the most popular, or the most talkative, or biggest klutz, or the best eyes, and that sort of thing. And they do that at lunch, and then they would create this fun little page. So this was one when one of my children was on the staff. So this is the staff page, and this is my youngest son. He was on the staff, and it was no longer a class. We had what we called an activity period, and they would go to yearbook during activity period, which maybe is a little bit like advisory, a little bit. It was at the end of the day, and you could pick your activity, and we probably changed that activity, except for if you were on the yearbook staff. Very fun thing to be involved in, and certainly all 3 of my kids thought it was, a skill that they are still using today. To think back through all the years I've been here, not only have I been through 2 renovations, this is renovation number 3, so the layout of the school has changed. The number of kids that used to go here when I first started was in the thousands. At least that's what Mr. Smith always told us. And then I would say that Westlane always had the reputation for having a great basketball team, a great track team, a wonderful band program, and that's maintained my entire time that I've been here. So it's a great school, and I know that looking back someday you'll say, oh, that famous writer went to Westlane, or that famous singer went to school with me, because someday there will be some. Thanks.
Whoa, those have been some fascinating thoughts about some of the yearbooks so far. We're going to take a brief pause. We'll come back and finish those later. But first off, have you ever wondered what it takes, like making a segment at Last Week at Westlane? Well, lucky for you, our next segment is going to take you behind the scenes of maybe a little bit of what one day during Last Week at Westlane can look like. Hope you guys enjoy.
Okay, so that's Mr. Urban, and we're about to record Pause in the Hall segment. So here we go. I'm Mr. Doorknob.
Trouble with the door.
Hey, I'm Emmanuel.
Where is your...
Hi guys.
Yeah, Caleb's way too sharp.
Stop. Want to be on Last Week at Westlane?
All right. No.
The crazy thing is about part of this job is lots of people actually say no, which is surprising. I thought we were more popular.
What? Where'd we go?
There was someone in there. They said no, though.
I'm behind the scenes.
Who was your favorite? Who helped you the most through your 8th grade year?
Take the microphone.
Ready? Scoot closer.
No, scoot closer.
Hi, Kenneth. You're on camera.
Hi, camera. We had Last Week at Westlane.
What's up? You want to do Last Week at Westlane? Yeah. Okay, you got to talk to Angel. I'm just behind the scenes. Got a lot of people.
I'm here with Achilles. What was your favorite walk? Redo that. But I'm with Achilles. What was the question?
How are you feeling about leaving Westlane?
Hey, I'm Angel. I'm here with Achilles. What's your favorite part about leaving Westlane?
I'm gonna miss it a lot. Wait, hold on. I thought the question was, what are you gonna miss most?
You're right. I'm so stupid. Okay, do one more time.
Hold on.
So what are you gonna miss most about Westlane? Have you got it? Yeah. Are you ready? Hey, I'm Angel. I'm here with Achilles. What are you gonna miss most about Westlane?
I'm gonna miss most the teachers, the students, and just how much of a community, a nice community it is.
That's nice. All right, I think that's enough.
That's nice.
Okay, I think we got enough interviews, right?
Yeah, that's a lot.
We're not gonna Okay, this is how we're gonna edit. One right here. So we get one of these. Bam. And that's Kenneth. He's working very hard right now. And then you go to
behind the scenes of
here.
editing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or the segments, some of the segments we recorded previously. I do not want to see that. We're gonna make a new one. I'm just gonna add a tile. And I'm just gonna add this. So that'll top. Now we've cropped all these down, so we have no like extra footage. Just gonna put pause in the hall. All right, in the hall. And then we're gonna space. Nope. I guess it won't let us. So I'm just gonna leave it pause in the hall. I was gonna put like end of school year edition, but I guess we won't. Thanks for watching. And then also Tom Brady sucks. The hall, that's it. Okay, now it's time to wait for it to upload, and it's in, and then Mr. Urban's going to take it. This is us editing behind the scenes of behind the scenes.
Whoa, bro.
And that's Gus.
Hi.
I'm gonna get a good shot of like a matrix angle. It's gonna look really cool.
Whoa, bro.
And that's Gus.
Hi.
Good shot of like a matrix angle. It's gonna look really cool. Hey, we're this is behind the scenes of editing behind the scenes of editing behind the scenes.
Yeah, so that's a small taste of what it looks like, and we do so much more, and it's so much fun. If you want to be in Last Week at Westlane next year, then ask your advisory teacher for a link to the application or check in the description for this video. Part 2 of the yearbook segment, taking us from the 90s all the way on to the present day. Hope you guys enjoy.
Hi, my name's Allie.
Hi, my name's Khalees.
And my year is 1990.
Mine's is 1998.
So I noticed by the cover they have the world, and their saying says "Welcome to our world of Westlane," and I found that a big theme through the entire yearbook. And I saw that the girls' basketball team, their clothes are pretty similar to what the girls' basketball team wears now. And I found the cheerleaders, and I feel like their clothes are also very similar. The only difference I do see is the quality of the skirts. They're more pleated, and whereas now I don't think they're as pleated. And then I really like all the just random pictures that begin when you start going towards the actual grade levels. And then I thought what was really cool is that back in the 90s, you could be a counselor's assistant, which I thought was really nice because it gives you like skills for when you grow up and things of that nature. And as well, I really like that they have the 8th graders turn back to pages of time. I thought that was really cool to have everyone's baby pictures here. And you kind of have to guess who each person is, and then there's like a key on the bottom.
All right. So the 1998 book, the theme is It's Time to Remember, and there's a clock with Roman numerals on it. So throughout the book, it kind of just says it's time, and it shows like old pictures. And I noticed that there is an old computer, and I actually haven't really seen one of those, and I wanted to really try one of those. So I'm kind of sad that society had to change them. In this book, it goes into depth about like people and like what they do, and I see this one stood out the most. There was somebody who worked with, is it on the screen?
Yeah.
NASA, and they talked about the new reusable launch vehicle. My favorite picture, it's a woman with Elmo and a marker. Is that marker? Do you know how big that marker would have been?
Yeah.
I know that they did have on the sides their wins and losses, and then their points that they scored each game, which I thought was really good because they went into detail with that.
Yeah, that's cool.
And then you can see that most of the uniforms have changed throughout the year, which is pretty interesting because we are our things now, they look way different than what they did before. So one thing it really confused me, it's because the 8th graders are in the front of the book, and I'm kind of used to them being at the end of the book, so it was kind of new looking at a yearbook in a different format. I also liked that there was different hairstyles, so it was a bunch of like different hairstyles that you get to see throughout the book, old hairstyles, new hairstyles, which is really interesting to me.
But yeah, that's all for our past travels in 90 children's lives. Thanks.
Okay, well, I'm Mrs. Real. I teach in the math department. This year I'm teaching math intervention. I have been here at Westlane since 1998, and in that time I have taught all the grade levels, actually everything that Westlane offers in the math department with the exception of geometry. I've never taught the geometry. Going through the yearbooks, the first one I could find myself in was the 2000 yearbook. There we go. Okay, that's perfect. Okay, so that's me. It looks like I have no hair whatsoever, but I'm pretty sure it's because it's tucked back behind my shoulders. And yes, I have bangs, which is kind of embarrassing at this point. I did look the following year because I was nervous when I saw that it didn't look like I had any hair. So I did pull up the following year, and a couple of my students, when they saw this, said that I look exactly the same. I don't think that's true. I look very young there. But going through this particular one, and this is just a year after the previous one, it's so cool because there are so many other teachers who are here. So for example, that right there, that's Miss Patzell. There she is. That's Miss Patzell. So she's still here. And then, okay, all the way over there, that's Ms. Anderson. Ms. Anderson is here. Ms. Baxa. And, oh, look at that young face. That's Mr. Bokenkamp. That's a crazy picture. There are probably others in here, although the thing that hit me the most as I was flipping through is the number of amazing people who have come through this building. The amazing staff and the absolutely fantastic students. I was flipping through that first one from my first year here, and I was seeing faces that I could immediately go, I remember that child and I remember things about him. And then I started doing the math on how old they'd be now, and they probably have kids of their own at this point. And actually, they probably have kids that are your age by now, which is a little frightening. I think the other thing that hit me, in any way a complaint, but I coached the softball team for a long time, and as I was flipping through, there are no softball or baseball pictures in any of these, and that's because by the time they take the pictures for softball and baseball, these have already been put together. And I just wish that there was a way that we could change that for the future. Okay, I'll stop there.
Hello guys, I'm Mr. Garrett. I was a student here at Westlane from 2009 to 2012, so not too long ago. This is my 8th grade yearbook. So here I am up at the top, my 8th grade picture. Look, I didn't have braces yet. That was a big thing. I got those on after 8th grade. I really needed them, so that was a big event in my life. Also in the back, this is cool. It has my baby picture. That's funny, I think. Yeah, I don't know, just looking through this always gives me a lot of nostalgia. I'm still friends with a lot of the people I went to middle school with, so it's funny to see their pictures, think about how different we all look. Every time I talk to them, they ask me what's different about Westlane, what stayed the same. I would say, obviously, the building, very different. I had Miss Patzell, she taught English back in the day. Mr. Brewer, Mr. Pickock was my science teacher, so still, now it's weird that I work with them, and I try to call them by their first name sometimes. That feels weird. But I feel like the energy, the culture of Westlane is still the same, and that's what, I loved it as a student, and I really like it now as a teacher.
Hi guys, Mrs. Corey here. I am going to be focusing on some of our newer books and what to expect. So this Year of the Wildcat book is from last school year, right? We've always got our school pictures in here so that you can remember some memories, as well as including every single student. So that's something that's really important to us when putting together a book. Something else we try to always include are the things you guys spend time on, right? You've got clubs and extracurriculars and sports. So we try to include all of those things when we are putting together our yearbook. This book is very full, right? Because last year we spent most of our school year in school, which is not something we can say for this year. If you're interested in a yearbook for this school year, I've got the order form here for you. Now, our online sales are closed, but you can still order a yearbook, okay? They are only $15 this year, which is much cheaper than in years past. Trying to be mindful of what we've gone through this year. So they are a little cheaper this year at $15. And even if you're at home, you can still send in a check or cash if you want to bring that to school or have a parent bring it to school. You can still do that as well. For my friends who come to school 4 days a week, if you want to bring your money to me, I'm in the 7th grade wing and I can get you an order form. Or there are order forms in the bookstore. Okay, so I promise we are filling up a yearbook for you. It will arrive right at the start of next school year, okay, which is a little different than in years past. But it will be here waiting for you when you return. If you are an 8th grader going on to high school, we will also get those for you as well. Okay, so get those yearbooks ordered for me. We are really excited about it.
Wow. Thank you guys so much for joining us on this yearbook journey. It personally, for myself, was fascinating. Make sure you get those yearbooks from Mrs. Corey. So how it works is 8th graders at the end of the year, they vote on which their classmates they think is the most artistic, who has the best laugh, the best smile, the best hair, and a few different other categories, just to take time to celebrate one another. And here we're going to take time to celebrate the winners of who received the most votes. But I do want to say, by no means does this adequately give voice and acknowledge all the people and all of the 8th graders that deserve acknowledgement. So as you're watching this, take time to celebrate and remember all the ways that you have grown and that you have played an important part in the Westlane community. Congrats to all of our winners, and that's all the show that we have for today. Hey, it has been so much fun working on the last week of Westlane this year. And for those of you guys that are moving on to high school, you just remember that once a Wildcat, always a Wildcat. And for those of you guys that are going to be coming back in the fall, just remember, every day, every Wildcat gets better. I'm Mr. Urban, and you've been watching Last Week of Westlane. I'll see you guys in the fall. Bye.